I did the level 3 business administration apprenticeship, and that was around just under 2 years. I knew an apprenticeship was the right choice for me because I didn't want to continue in education in a typical setting. I'd come from sixth form and I knew that I didn't want to go to university, but I did know that I wanted to continue learning in a specific field that was something I could go into for the workplace in the future. I chose a level 3 business administration apprenticeship because I knew that it would give me a lot of transferable skills that I could take on through to other roles of what that I do in the future. So I was originally going to do an animal welfare apprenticeship, but I thought that a business admin apprenticeship would be better for those transferable skills such as computer skills and things like that. So some of the main skills that I've learned in my apprenticeship that I've carried through into my current role, I'm still doing a business admin type of job, so I still definitely carry through that. The email etiquette, you learn a lot about how to word things well and professionally, and the general computer skills that I did learn, so using Excel spreadsheets, that's a big part of what I do now. Managing meetings and schedules for other team members. So I do use a lot of what I did in my apprenticeship in my role now. My proudest achievement in my apprenticeship was, well, I was kind of stuck between the two. One would be when I won Apprentice of the Year at the Suffolk Education Awards. That was massive for me because people that I didn't even know had nominated me, which made me feel really good and helped me know that what I was doing was helpful and that I was doing a good job at it. But I'd also say that my other proudest achievement was actually completing my level 2 functional skills maths qualification alongside my apprenticeship. So I didn't get maths GCSE while I was at school or in sixth form, so I did have to do this alongside my apprenticeship in order to pass my apprenticeship. So that was a massive thing for me because I hate maths, but I hate it a little bit less now. My biggest challenge would also be the fact that I was doing maths alongside my apprenticeship, was because I didn't get on with maths. I'd never liked it, I never was good at it, and it was something that I had to do obviously alongside my day-to-day work. I also had to find time to study and put that extra work in to get that maths achievement, and I knew that if I didn't get it then I couldn't pass my apprenticeship. So it was a lot of pressure, but it was worth it in the end. I received loads of support in my apprenticeship, a lot from my team. My team were really great at, helping me get material to use for my essays and work that I was doing for my apprenticeship, and they let me lead on a really massive event that we planned for National Apprenticeships Week, which I was able to use as my main sort of project for my endpoint assessment that you do at the end of your apprenticeship. Which was amazing, because if they wouldn't have let me lead on that and trust me on that, then I probably would have struggled to find, a topic to pick if they didn't. So yeah. I would really recommend an apprenticeship if you know that you want to continue in the education field, you want to learn something new, and you want to get another qualification, but you know that uni's probably not the best choice for you. That was my situation, and I know that people have been to uni and they haven't been able to get that hands-on work experience that you get with an apprenticeship. Of course, you also get paid as well, which is a bonus. And everyone's different. Some people might prefer the university route. I know it wasn't for me, and for me that was the best choice I've made as an educational choice going forward after sixth form. My advice for anyone thinking about whether they want to go into an apprenticeship or not is, obviously, if you don't have an idea of what you want to do, but you just like the sound of an apprenticeship, definitely have a look at what's out there, because there are so many different apprenticeships that you can do, and even if there aren't roles being advertised for apprenticeships in the field that you want to do, you can reach out and you can speak to people and speak to companies and see if they'd be willing to take on an apprenticeship. The Apprenticeships Suffolk Team is obviously here to help with getting your foot in the door and being able to speak to employers and figuring out if you're apprenticeship ready, because when I started my apprenticeship I really didn't have much of an idea of what it would entail. I didn't know that what the learning would be like throughout the week. I didn't know how often I'd have to meet with my tutors and things like that. So do your research, and you're not just going into work. There will be elements of education to it, doing your essays, doing sort of coursework, if you will. So yeah, just look into it, and speak to people, get any help that you can, and it will probably be a really good idea.